We never stop looking for good people, is the long and short of it. We have kind of a rolling recruitment program. So essentially what we do is we have a continual call for software engineers, business analysts, project managers, and UI UX engineers as well on the design side. Because it's really important that it's not just enough to build good software; it has to look good as well, as both as an end user and the websites that we build and put out there. Mobile is very important for us. So we kind of treat our recruitment process as looking for great people with the raw skills to come in who we can mold to our way of doing business. And that's why we work so closely with the universities, because we're really looking to find people who have the innate ability to join us and become productive members of the team quite quickly. That's how we tackle it. We don't recruit for 3 months of the year and then stop and then start recruiting again. We almost have a continuous call, not non-stop. And when we find good people, we take them on. Because good people are hard to find. But the projects are quite interesting from a number of perspectives. So first of all, you're looking at the technical difficulty that the student actually chose to pick up and run with. So for example, you'll have some people go for something which is, I won't say easy, but it's maybe it's more cut and dried or open and shut. Whereas somebody else will have clearly picked a project that they intended to challenge themselves all the way through the year, and they saw it as a real learning experience. And those are the people who are very interesting to talk to. People who are motivated to do that. Then there's the execution, right? So having picked up a particular project to do, how well did they execute on that project? And the third thing we're looking for then would be the presentation. So because you can have an excellent piece of software, but if you can't project or explain that software to people, and that can be in written form, oral form, in actually giving a hands-on demo. Those three things, they're almost like the three legs of the stool. And the good people that we're looking for, the good candidates, would tend to score highly across those three areas. So they would be picking a challenging area of research, they would execute on it well, but then they can also present it well. And those are three excellent attributes to have. I think today all of the projects had something going for them in one form or another. You could clearly see that people were looking at combinations of hardware and software. So we saw some home automation stuff using Arduino, a lot of Android, iOS stuff going on out there. So mobile's big as well. There was some interesting maths related projects. I saw like the chain rule for differentiation out there, some of the encryption and hashing algorithms. Those are high end topics of research. And they're very. You either know your stuff in that area or you don't, right? It's very black and white. And anybody who knows security algorithms will come in and very quickly validate that you've done it or you haven't. And the same with the chain rule. So simplex algorithm as well. So in general, I think we've been impressed with the quality and caliber of what we've seen. In terms of how benchmarking across the UK and Ireland, I would say well. It's always interesting to see that these things year on year get better and better. There was a couple of people who I thought put together some really strong presentations and projects, and we'll be we were handing out the business cards and trying to take some CVs as well. So hopefully some things will develop from there.